You've probably heard about Colombia in various contexts, like in soccer, stories involving Pablo Escobar, or its lively nightlife scene. Situated right in the heart of South America, smack dab in the vast Amazon region, Colombia has been relentlessly chasing the happiness of its people. It's a big country, roughly 5 times the size of Ecuador, home to about 52 million folks. Covering a whopping 1,142,000 square kilometers, Colombia flaunts an incredibly diverse geography. Up north, its shores are kissed by the blue waters of the Caribbean Sea, while out west you've got the sprawling waves of the Pacific Ocean. It borders Panama to the north, Ecuador to the south, and Venezuela to the east. Plus, it's crisscrossed by numerous rivers that enrich its fertile lands, making it a place of great natural and cultural diversity. It's interesting to note that despite its vast expanse, not all regions of Colombia are densely populated. The most inhabited areas are concentrated in the north and west of the country, while vast stretches of the southeast and south remain dominated by the immense Amazon rainforest, home to only a few isolated tribes. Currently, Colombia holds the position of the second most populous country in South America, trailing only behind Brazil. However, this population density, combined with the challenges of a developing country, contributes to social issues like theft and robbery. Before we move on with the video, I've got a tip for anyone interested in meeting and chatting with women from other countries. I've left a link in the pinned comment for a reliable website that only allows profiles of real people. Click on the link in the pinned comment to start meeting new people. An example of these challenges can be seen in a city nestled in the interior of Colombia, north of Bogota, the capital. This city gained fame, or notoriety, due to its associations with Pablo Escobar. From above, its skyline might even resemble that of Hong Kong, but the local reality is permeated with significant challenges. With nearly 3 million inhabitants spread across an area of just 382 square kilometers, the need to build upward was inevitable, resulting in an urban landscape characterized by towering skyscrapers. 3 decades ago, Medellin held the title of the world's most dangerous city. Today, while there are still pockets of slums, the notorious cartels that once controlled the city have been nearly completely dismantled. Transformed, Medellin is now one of the most sought-after tourist destinations in Colombia, with many visitors including a stop at Pablo Escobar's tomb in their itineraries. Escobar, the founder of the infamous Medellin cartel, has become a recurring character in TV series and movies worldwide. His downfall was facilitated by the intervention of US-backed agents, marking a dramatic end to his era of dominance. After the Escobar era, Medellin and Colombia embarked on a vigorous revitalization campaign to shake off the negative image that haunted them. Today, areas once deemed dangerous have morphed into vibrant tourist hotspots, teeming with street artists and graffiti murals adorning nearly every corner. A standout example of this transformation is the district known as Comuna 13. This neighborhood has become one of the most photographed in the country, a place where visitors can easily mingle and connect with local residents. Medellin also shines through its people's hospitality. On hotter days, malls become popular refuges, bustling at all hours. The city has been drawing an increasing number of international tourists, partly fueled by the considerable devaluation of the Colombian currency, making visits more affordable for foreigners. The current exchange rate from the dollar to the Colombian peso is around 4,200. In Colombia, you can enjoy a hearty meal for just 12,000 pesos, which is roughly $3. If you're up for a bit more comfort, you can snag luxury accommodations for between $30 and $35 a night. However, folks in cities like Medellin and Bogota usually pull in an average monthly income of around $300, with the national minimum wage sitting at $261. While Uber rides are a budget-friendly choice, costing about $3 per trip within Medellin, many still opt for the traditional yellow taxis, even though they often charge higher fares. Buying cars is a luxury only a few Colombians can afford due to the difficulty of saving money, with most of their income going towards covering essential expenses. Colombia is a spot where you can dig into food and fun without breaking the bank, even though it's dealing with a high unemployment rate. On the streets, you'll easily find vendors peddling refreshments like lemonade for about 3,000 pesos, less than $1. City centers are always bustling, And with the typical heat and humidity of an equatorial region, merchants face their daily challenges. Because there's a huge flow of people, both day and night, it's wise to keep an eye on your stuff, as pickpocketing is pretty common. Many tourists opt to carry just the essentials in cash, a precaution against the risk of run-ins that can happen even in broad daylight. In places like Medellin, it's not uncommon to stumble upon street dancers adding some flair to the urban scene. In the streets of Medellin, the vibe is electric, especially when the traffic lights go red and groups start dancing between cars, seizing the stop to earn some cash. Some take it a step further, rushing to clean windshields, hustling to make ends meet. As night falls, city life spills onto the streets, with locals and visitors packing bars and hangouts, drawn by the vibrant nightlife the city has to offer. Unfortunately, Colombia has also gained a less flattering reputation as a hub of debauchery in South America. Many women, mainly from Venezuela and Ecuador, migrate to Medellin, lured by the promise of profit in nocturnal activities of a more promiscuous nature. These transactions are often visible in the narrower, busier streets. In bars and other establishments, it's not uncommon for individuals, initially friendly and open to taking photos, to end up asking for money. If you want to genuinely connect with the locals in Colombia, it's crucial to be aware that some folks only show interest when they see potential for financial gain. Prolonged eye contact, for instance, might prompt them to quickly approach, seeking an opportunity. It's worth noting that local police often don't get involved in these minor interactions, focusing more on more serious matters. Also, it's good to remember that prostitution is legalized in the country, which influences certain social dynamics. Before we move on with the video, I've got a tip for anyone interested in meeting and chatting with women from other countries. I've left a link in the pinned comment for a reliable website that only allows profiles of real people. Click on the link in the pinned comment to start meeting new people. For a more authentic and immersive experience, joining in local dances can be a great choice. Latin dances, reflecting Colombia's rich geographical diversity, are a crucial part of social and cultural interaction here. The music and dancing often go on until 5 in the morning, offering a vibrant and ongoing experience that unveils the warm and welcoming spirit of Colombians. With a minimum wage below $400 and a high unemployment rate, folks in Medellin get pretty creative to sustain their living standards, where money's a central element. On the flip side, Colombia's capital, Bogota, stands out with its lively population of 7 million and a skyline dotted with cable cars slicing through the city's sky. Nestled 2,650 meters above sea level and surrounded by mountains, Bogota is also a hub where street art is deeply cherished. Thanks to its location and altitude, Bogota pumps the economic heart of Colombia and serves as a major business hub. Plus, the city's a hot pick for those chasing educational opportunities, especially in higher education, pulling in students from all over the country. Santa Fe Street in Bogota is often dubbed the city's most dangerous, known to be a hotspot for shady activities, and many prefer to steer clear of it. However, Colombia offers way more than just cheap eats and a buzzing nightlife. Moreover, the country stands out for its natural beauty and unique destinations, like the village of Guatapé, just a 2-hour drive from Medellin. This spot is a real nature getaway, where mountains meet glistening lakes. One of Guatapé's biggest draws is a towering rock formation that formed millions of years ago and now serves as a popular tourist spot, with visitors able to climb it for a fee. Interestingly, the breathtaking view of the lake in Guatapé, which at first glance seems completely natural, is actually an artificially created reservoir, a testament to Colombian ingenuity. Colombians' knack for turning their regions into charming tourist destinations is remarkable and showcases the richness of their culture and creativity. An example of this is the transformation of an area in the 1970s into a reservoir that now provides electricity for the country through a dam. This kind of innovation is also visible in the unique features of Colombian village markets. In these markets, for instance, vendors mix business with pleasure by selling their goods to the tunes of music they play themselves. One of the quirkiest aspects of these markets is the sale of alligator heads and exotic fish, brought in from the rivers of the Amazon. Additionally, due to challenging economic conditions, many locals can't afford manufactured cigarettes and prefer hand-rolled tobacco ones. which are more affordable and sold by the merchants themselves. While Colombian hospitality is renowned, in rural areas, the food reality is subsistence-based and includes exotic dishes like grilled turtles. Within Colombia's vast and diverse territory, one standout is a river in the Amazon with intensely red-colored waters. This peculiarity is due to the presence of an endemic plant that dyes the river, a discovery made in 1969. Locally known as the River of Five Colors, this natural phenomenon is just one of the wonders that illustrate Colombia's uniqueness. Additionally, there's a small isolated island in the sea, with no land connection whatsoever, where population density reaches extremes. There, dwellings cluster in shantytowns covering every inch of the island, operating without municipal government. The residents organize themselves to self-govern and establish their rules, creating a community with unique and self-sufficient dynamics. Santa Cruz del Solte Island stands out for its independence and self-sufficient way of life. Surprisingly, this small settlement of 1,200 inhabitants operates without the presence of police or hospitals, forcing residents to take care of themselves or face a long boat journey to the mainland in case of emergencies. Moreover, the island lacks chain stores or supermarkets, staying away from the typical commercial lifestyle of the Colombian mainland. Access to this unique place is exclusively by sea, with visitors needing to sail from the mainland to the island. Interestingly, the stay for non-residents is limited to a maximum of 10 days. This measure reflects the residents' preference to maintain the island's tranquility, limiting the length of stay for external visitors. On the isolated island, lodging options are extremely limited, with only one hostel available for visitors. Local residents, on the other hand, mainly rely on fishing as a source of income, selling their catches on the Colombian mainland. As is common in fishing communities, fish is also the main food on the tables of island families. To meet their energy needs, the island is equipped with over 200 solar panels, ensuring electricity for residents, who also have access to internet via Wi-Fi. However, basic infrastructure remains a challenge, as the island lacks a sewage system. Inhabitants must use the same waters they fish in for their sanitary needs, posing hygiene and health problems. This reality contrasts with that of Amazonian tribes in Colombia, who live in even deeper isolation, a topic we'll explore in another video. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more, comment Colombia. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the next suggested video on the screen. Until the next content, and thanks a lot for watching.